All righty. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm Melissa C. I am a recovered compulsive overeater. I am in New York and really happy to be here tonight. Happy to see my friends all on screen that are here. Before we jump into the topic tonight, we're going to get into steps 10. We're going to go into the big book and talk about it. And we're also going to go into the AA 12 and 12, which is a text that I also love to study and love to share. I always want to start off with like a quick, I always like to start with somewhat of a qualification so that stuff doesn't sort of stand like alone drifting out in space. I always think it's important for people to know um, why it is that I feel like I need to do this work and see if perhaps you relate as well on some level. I need to do this, I need to continue to take personal inventory. I need to work all these steps because what I have is a very serious condition. And I would venture to guess that most people that are coming on a Zoom meeting, of this sort believe themselves perhaps to have a serious condition as well. And my serious condition is that I have an allergy of the body, and it's not like an allergy that I break out in a rash, but it's an allergy that I actually break out in cravings. And the way that this allergy acts is that, or that it way that it gets activated is I eat something of a particular type of food or a type of eating. For me, it's the normal culprits of the foods that most of you know, but it's also a certain type of eating, which is like impulsive kind of eating, unplanned eating, over, and it always leads to overeating. And so I've got this allergy, this allergic response to certain foods where once I start eating it, I cannot stop it. And the desire is so overpowering that I cannot do anything but eat, right? And then my other problem is that I've got a mind that even when I leave the food alone, even when I've put it down, I've dieted my whole life. Something inside me will convince me, I've got this strange mental blank spot, that it would be a good idea to try those foods again. Or this time it'll be different, right? This time, or I'll just do it a little bit and it'll be okay. Or maybe today I'm just going to go crazy, but tomorrow I'm going to start for good. All right. So that's a really serious problem because if you have a what you know to be a pretty severe allergic response and you know it, and yet you've got a mind that tells you you don't know it or it's not true, that is a bad problem. Imagine if you were allergic to shellfish and you had an anaphylactic response where your throat closed up every time you ate it, right? Bad problem. But if you had a type of, food senility, shellfish senility, where you forgot it and you were constantly placing yourself in a place where you were going into anaphylactic shock, you'd think, okay, there is something really wrong with this person. That's how I am. Only I don't have an anaphylactic response. I've got I break out in a craving beyond my control where I can do nothing but eat that way. And so now that what does that leave me with? It leaves me with a condition of powerlessness, which means that I better get a relationship with a power that can save me. And so the 12 steps is all about, all premise of the big book is to enable the sufferer to have a relationship with power. That's what all the 12 steps are about. So step 10 is, how am I going now, having done steps 1 through 9, where I'm now experiencing some kind of, I'm beginning to experience the ninth step promises, which we talked about the last time, which are like these awakenings, these like this overwhelming, like feeling like I'm okay in the world. The rest of the steps are going to be about maintaining that And step 10 is a beautiful step because what step 10 is all about is if I really live this way, I'm going to get some step 10 promises, which means I'm not even interested in eating those things anymore. It's I'm not using anything, I'm not using willpower. Problem has been removed. So step 10 is really important because I need that. I must stay in the position where I'm not interested in the thing that can kill me, right? Where no more is it of interest to me. So step 10, into action, page 84. This thought brings us to step 10, which suggests we continue to take personal inventory and continue to set right any new mistakes as we go along. We vigorously commenced this way of living as we cleaned up the past. We have entered the world of the spirit. Our next function is to grow in understanding and effectiveness. This is not an overnight matter. It should continue for our lifetime. Continue to watch for selfishness, dishonesty, resentment, and fear when these crop up. We ask God to remove them at once. We discuss them with someone immediately and make amends quickly if we've harmed anyone. Then we resolutely turn our thoughts to someone we can help. Love and tolerance of others is our code. So, okay, that paragraph tells me that, yep, I've entered the world of the spirit. And even though I've entered this world of the spirit, I'm going to mess up. I'm still going to mess up. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm I'm not a saint. We're not promised to become like perfect angels and saints. Like for me, right? Here's the things I'm going to watch for, like selfishness, right? I get selfish. I get selfish, which is basically I want things to go according to what's in my best interest, or actually what I believe is my best interest. Because I don't even know what my best interest is, but I believe I do. And when I'm selfish, it's because I want my best interest, right? Above anything else. And I might even be dishonest, which means that I'm not trusting God with the outcome. Because if I'm manipulating the truth, it means that I've got an outcome in my mind and I will make it come to fruition, even if it means not being honest to get that. And I get resentful, right? And resentful means basically irritated when life doesn't follow my little plans. When what I want for my selfish needs don't seem like they're happening. And I get afraid. And again, when I'm afraid, it means I'm not trusting God's plan. I'm worried about what God's plan is going to be. And so here I'm told, what am I going to do with it? Well, bring it to God. And it's interesting because it says when these crop up, we ask God. When do we ask God to remove it? At once, immediate. So my direct line is to God. First thing I'm going to do when I'm feeling one of those ways, even before I make 100 million phone calls, it's got to be go to God first. Go to God, and and then talk with another person. Make amends if I've hurt someone, and then help someone. Right? So that's it. Bring it to God. Tell another person. Try to clean it up as best you can. Help someone. It's like our recipe. It's what we do. And the last sentence of that really is my favorite line. It's in fact it's a line that I love so much that I tattooed it on my arm. Had it tattooed. Love and tolerance is my code. That's my code. It's my standard operating procedure. That's what I like to think about it. Like all businesses have an SOP, their standing operating procedure. That's mine. In fact, we're all supposed to have that as our standard operating procedure. It's my mission statement, right? Like in my school, I'm a teacher, right? We have a mission statement, a statement that we say about like what our dream is, what our goal is for the students. This is mine. Love and tolerance of others. So now, if I want to live in the world of the spirit. That's my mission statement. And if you notice the mission statement we get, it's not fairness and justice. It's not. It's not right versus wrong. Tolerance, it is a word that I have really learned to explore and examine. And tolerance doesn't just mean that I'm going to have to tolerate people as if there's something about them that I need to like stomach and be tolerated. Oh, I'm going to have to tolerate them, you know, as if I'm somehow superior and I have to suffer through having exchanges with other people. Like I have to tolerate this. Intolerance for me means I get a thicker skin, right? It means that I'm not so sensitive. And I like to think about tolerance like this. It's more, if you think about if you've built up a tolerance to a certain medication, it means it doesn't really work on you. It's not really, it doesn't give you the effect, right? And that's how I have to be with those disturbances. There are things that used to make me lose my mind on a regular basis. But what I ask for is tolerance so that I get a thicker skin. I can build up a resistance to a response to those things. Um, for me, it's I get a thicker skin to not be so damn sensitive. And when I pray, it's not that my circumstances change to suit me, but for God to diminish my sensitivity to the discomfort I experience when circumstances don't suit me. Can I be comfortable being uncomfortable? Right? Do I have the ability to be okay when things don't go according to my plans and designs? Do I all the time? No. But that's my mission statement. That's my mission. That's what I'm shooting for. Page 84 says this, and we have ceased fighting anything or anyone, even alcohol. I wanted to mention this at the Vision Convention yesterday. There was a speaker who spoke about tolerance, and I loved the idea that what was brought to his attention was tolerance is the space between two opposing forces, right? So when there are two things that are in opposition to each other, tolerance is that space in between. And I love thinking about it like that. So if I want to go this way and life is giving me that way, tolerance is the space that's in between. Can I live comfortably in the space in between? Page 84 says this, well, we've ceased fighting anything or anyone, even alcohol. I do not fight. How's that? I don't fight. If there's a tug of war going on, my role is to put down the rope, right? We're tugging. That's my job. Put the rope down. I cannot struggle, manage, maneuver, engage in battle, quarrel, or argue. Remember, in step 4, we were told that we avoid arguing and fault finding like the plague. But the beauty of step 10 is that I don't want to fight, right? We don't want to fight. I don't want to fight for my way. And I certainly don't want to fight the desire to eat because I can't win it. If I'm fighting the desire to eat, oh, eating will win. It will win every time. In step 10, I'm promised I'm not going to have to. I'm not going to have to. For by this time, sanity will have returned. We will seldom be interested in liquor. Seldom interested. and our alcoholic foods and our extra foods. I'm not interested in eating those foods that once owned me. When I was told in step one that only an act of providence can remove the obsession for destructive eating, this is what they're referring to. This is that act of providence. This is the protective care of God. Very rarely, we may want to eat, but it's not so overwhelming. Because what it says here is if tempted, we recoil from it as if from a hot flame. We react sanely and normally, and we will find that it has happened automatically. So when I talk about refraining, right, recoiling as if from a hot flame, what that means is if I get that weird thought, I've got a second thought that comes in. Like, what? Why would you do that? I have that ability to have that second thought. And if I'm in a moment of mental struggle, I have sanity where I tell someone, where I say, crazy thing, I actually found myself thinking about filling in. I actually thought maybe I could take an extra spoon. I say it because sanity has returned, right? And this new attitude, well, it's automatic. We will see that our new attitude toward liquor has been given us without any thought or effort on our part. It just comes. That is the miracle of it. We're not fighting it, neither are we avoiding temptation. We feel as though we've been placed in a position of neutrality, safe and protected. We have not even sworn off. Instead, the problem has been removed. I did not have to go into Halloween swearing off the candy. I did not have to say, I will not have Snickers this year. Like, I didn't have to do that because the problem has been removed. I didn't even think about it. I forgot that candy was a part of Halloween. It was like, oh, yeah, that's right. Forgot about it. You know, so the problem's been removed. It does not exist for us. We are neither cocky nor are we afraid. That's our experience. That is how we react so long as we keep in fit spiritual condition. So when I say I'm not cocky, but I'm not afraid, well, I just shared with you, like, I forgot that Halloween really involved candy, but I'm not sitting there opening up the wrappers, smelling them. Like, that would be cocky. That would be like, why would I do that? Right? But I'm not afraid. I react sanely. Sanely meaning, now to the rest of the world, when you go to a restaurant with a compulsive overeater and you ask questions about what's in everything, or for me, I often just bring my own food because restaurants just, they're not great for me. They're just too difficult. I have to ask too many questions. Sometimes I eat them there, sometimes I don't. Other people might think that is not reacting sanely. That is way too rigid. That is insane. However, now think about having a dangerous shellfish allergy. Would you go into hibachi cooking where they're chopping up seafood where you could have an anaphylactic shock? No, because that would be insane. I treat my disease with the seriousness that it is. That's sane. That's having sanity, right? If I know that it will kill me, and I can tell you, I was over 300 pounds with dangerously high blood pressure, needing surgery that they wouldn't perform on me because my weight and my blood pressure. That was insane. The way I live today, not insane, right? I'm in a healthy body weight. I'm normal and I'm free. So this is how I react as long as I stay in fit spiritual condition. So I don't need willpower. You know, I used to think about what Overeaters Anonymous would be for me was like it would give me a really great cage that I could take the tiger out of the cage. I used to hear that. In compulsive overeaters and food addiction, you have to be able to take the tiger out of the cage 3 times a day and get it back in, right? I mean, hands up here if you ever heard people say that, right? I don't live that way anymore. Overeaters Anonymous did not give me a strong cage. Even better, it transformed the tiger. It is not a tiger, it's a kitten. I don't need a cage for a kitten, right? I don't need a cage for a kitten. So imagine going from complete inability to summon up enough willpower to stick to a diet. That was me, unable to resist the very foods that I knew were problematic. Like, I knew they were bad for me. I knew I couldn't handle it and I couldn't do anything about it. To a place where I can easily refuse foods. I can be at any occasion. I don't have to avoid it at all, and I don't have to be afraid. I can be free, right? And this has happened to me, not by me. And I can continue to live like this so long as I stay in fit spiritual condition. Well, I also know that my spiritual fitness is from work and self sacrifice. Basically, I'm given immunity by working with others. So I don't need willpower to stay away from the food. What I need is transmitting the message that was given to me to others. I need to take it and then carry it, right? So I do have to use willpower in other areas. I don't use it where food is concerned, but page 85 says this: it's easy to let up on the spiritual program of action and rest on our laurels. We are headed for trouble if we do. For alcohol is a subtle foe. Food is a subtle foe. And I think, I look up definitions of words. I think they're important. Subtle means making use of clever or indirect methods to achieve something. 2, arranged in an ingenious way. And 3, crafty and cunning. So, food for me uses clever and indirect methods to achieve something. What is it that it's trying to get me to do, achieve? It's trying to get me to eat. Can you imagine food seems for someone like me has like a mind that it can do something to me. And it's crafty, it's cunning. And a foe, right? A subtle foe. A foe is an enemy. So basically, I think about this. A subtle foe is a wolf in sheep's clothing. It's an enemy that doesn't even look like an enemy. And what does that look like for us, compulsive overeaters? Well, I would say it like this: a subtle foe is not a cupcake. Cupcake is oh, that's danger, danger, danger. Same thing with the candy bar. Danger, danger, danger. Here's a subtle foe: sloppy measuring. That's a subtle foe. Hmm, deciding that on this occasion, I don't really have to measure, right? Extra bites. Yeah, I'll just take an extra bite. Extra licks, you know, last minute food changes without reporting the change. For me, my compulsive eating is directly related to impulsive eating, meaning I just make a snap decision in the moment and somehow seems to trigger that allergic response. So that's a subtle foe because that would seem like, really? Really? Just like, why would it be a problem? You said you were going to have turkey, but you're having chicken and you're not going to tell anyone? Who cares? That's so silly. That's a subtle foe. Because that for me, that really does lead to a problem. And if that's not your truth, so be it. But that's my truth. And so that's the experience I'll share with you. I found out entire abstinence didn't just mean abstaining from specific foods and food ingredients. It meant abstaining from food behaviors. And those were behaviors for me. So, how do you protect yourself from an enemy that doesn't look like an enemy? Right? Like, If this doesn't look like an enemy, how am I supposed to protect myself from it? Well, you can't, right? You can't, but God can. We're not cured of alcoholism. What we really have is a daily reprieve contingent on the maintenance of our spiritual condition. So, how do you protect yourself? Maintain your spiritual condition. If you maintain your spiritual condition, that's how you stay in fit spiritual condition. And then the desire is removed, and subtle foes don't look so subtle, they look blatant, right? And so, how do I do this? How do I maintain my spiritual condition? Well, every day is a day we must carry the vision of God's will into all our activities. How can I best serve thee? Thy will, not mine, be done. These are thoughts which must go with us constantly. We can exercise our willpower along this line all we wish. It is the proper use of the will. So it's like, wait, Melissa, I thought you said we couldn't use willpower. Not for food, but here's where you get to use willpower. I exercise willpower in seeking God's will, right? And in following God's will. I can use willpower to live in agreement with God's will for me. When I'm overly focused on myself, my little plans and designs, I can use willpower to start focusing on others. If I'm thinking too much about me, I could say, all right, enough. Enough thinking about me. Who else can I think of? Right? I use willpower there. When I want to play God, well, I can use my willpower to cut it out, to stop it. Stop it. Stop trying to manage and control other people. Cut it out. For me, one of the great ways that I learned is too much advice giving. Advice giving is criticism, and that is trying to play God. When I'm telling other people how they should do things, the way that they should think, the way that they should whatever fill it in, and they didn't ask me, that is playing God, right? So I cut it out. I can use willpower to pray. How about this? I'm having a problem when I really don't want to go to God. I may have to, okay, I may have to use some willpower to do that. Sometimes I would have to use willpower to meditate. Like, I don't want to, right? I'm running late. I don't think it's important. I would say over time, I don't really have to use willpower to meditate and pray because it feels so good. I wouldn't do without it. And that will be when we get into step 11 next week. But I can use willpower to call a fellow when I'm upset. I can use willpower to stay away from gossip and negativity. And if I seek God, then I'm safe and protected. I can also use willpower to make an amend for bad behavior. You know, had to do that twice in the last day. Had to make amends. And do I want to initially? No, not really. Not really. I don't really want to say I'm sorry. I don't really want to, I want my way. Page 85 says this: much has already been said about receiving strength and inspiration and direction from Him who has all knowledge and power. And, I have a dear friend. I've had a dear friend in OA. She's a nun, actually. And I met her many, many years ago. She was in her 80s now. And she shared with me at one time that the 12 steps helped her come to have a relationship with God. Can you imagine a woman who's been a nun, for, I don't know, most of her adult life? Um, Found that the 12 steps is what gave her a relationship with God. And she referred once to God as Sid. And I was like, huh? What? And she said, strength, inspiration, and direction. She's like, Melissa said, strength, inspiration, and direction. And I love that. I find that that is a very usable entry point for many people. And so if we've carefully followed directions, we've begun to sense the flow of His Spirit into us. To some extent, we've become God conscious. awoken to God. We have begun to develop this vital sense, but we must go further, and that means more action. So now I'm going to go into step 10 in the AA 12 and 12 now. And on page 88, it says this: as we work the first 9 steps, we prepare ourselves for the adventure of a new life. So 1 through 9 is preparation for the new life that we're going to get. So step 1 through 9, they're like school, lots of theory. And now we're going to start practicing what we've learned in the classroom, right? And then it says this, then comes the acid test. Can we stay sober? Keep an emotional balance. Wait, what? I have to stay emotionally balanced? Isn't it enough that I'm just not eating? And live to good purpose under all conditions. So, I think about it like this. Life gets what I call lifey. Life gets lifey, full of like ups and downs and all over the place. And I'm told that in order to live these steps, I have to stay, of course, sober, abstinent, right? For us, no matter what. But I have to stay emotionally balanced and useful no matter what as well, which means I got to be chill. I got to like calm down, chill out, and not overreactive. It makes me think, there's a meditation that I do that talks about detaching and viewing my mind as if from a distance. And, rather than getting all caught up. And, you know, um, I mean, for me, like, this is hard work, staying chill when I'm feeling harried, you know? Um, but I must. And when I get off course, I can't like say, well, I'm entitled to get worked up. I don't want to be entitled to get worked up. I want to go to God immediately, ask Him to remove it at once, and then direct me, bring me back into alignment, you know, to detach and view my mind as if from a distance. And so it says here a continuous look at our assets and liabilities and a real desire to learn and grow by this means are necessities for us. I've got to constantly look at my assets, my liabilities, and then really want to learn and grow. I've got to have that strong desire. I must. And for me, when I read that, it sounds like living in step 6 and 7, having true humility. And humility is defined in step 5, which I always go back to. Page 58 in the AA 12 and 12, it says, here's what it means to be humble, to have humility. A clear recognition of what and who we really are, followed by a sincere attempt to become what we could be. So like yesterday, I don't know why I kind of lost it. I mean, I had a set of circumstances, too many people in an elevator, someone's pressing a button, it bothered me, the beep 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 went off in the elevator. I was not chill. I snapped at someone in the elevator, not in a, I mean, here I am on a spiritual on a spiritual weekend, and I like and I got snippy with another fellow there. And I can't say, well, I understood. Someone said to me, listen, it's understandable. You were getting triggered by being in elevator. No, that's not part of my step 10. My step 10 is go to God, ask Him to remove it at once, tell another person, clean it up, turn my thoughts to someone I could help. That's my formula. If I don't want to eat again, that's my formula. That's what I did. That's what I did. Right. And this morning, I repeated, I got into something, my husband, for a second. He's been keeping track of his blood pressure. His blood pressure has really been elevated. And here I am playing God. I was like, well, you're not really eating right. you shouldn't be eating like, and you know, he said, really? He said, I think it's my wife that's elevating my blood pressure. I couldn't get into it with him and say, I'm justified because I love him so much. I don't want to lose him. No, that's not the formula. What do? I go to God. I ask God to remove it at once. What is it that I want God to remove? My fear, my selfishness, right? My fear and my selfishness. I ask God to remove it at once. I told somebody, and then I immediately said to him, I'm really sorry. That was like just not a way to come at you this morning. I'm sorry. Not followed up by, but I'm worried about you or I care about you. No, no excuses. No excuses. It was unkind. No one wants to be snapped at, right? That's part of my step 10 formula. So I have to continually look at myself, right? And page 88 says this: self searching becomes a regular habit. Yep. Admit and accept what we find patiently and persistently. Yep. I have to admit it. I got to accept what I find out about me and clean it up. And we do this for a lifetime if we want to stay well. This is like wash, rinse, repeat, wash, rinse, repeat. And why? Why do I have to do this for a lifetime? Well, bottom of the page says there's another kind of hangover which we all experience, whether we're drinking or not. That's an emotional hangover, the direct result of yesterday's and sometimes today's negative emotion, anger, fear, jealousy, and the like. If we were to live serenely today and tomorrow, we certainly need to eliminate these hangovers. And this doesn't mean we need to wander morbidly around in the past. So, this is how we can detach from our circumstances so we don't get overly emotional. We can actually make peace with our lives. There's four types of inventories, and page 89 is going to describe them. One, there's the spot check inventory. And I know there's oftentimes, there's all different, the AA 12 and 12, step 10, define step 10 a little bit differently from what sometimes it seems like, within just the big book. So, which is why I always like to kind of bring both in. I think it's good to look at. So, there's four types of inventory according to the AA 12 and 12. One, there's a spot check inventory. That's taken any time of the day whenever we find ourselves getting tangled up, right? So, the elevator incident, I had to take care of it right then. I did not wait till the end of the day. I looked at it again at the end of the day. I did, but I took care of it in the middle of the day. Took care of it right then and there. Same thing with the situation this morning, right away. Two, there's the one we take at the day's end. We review the happenings of the hours just past. Here we cast up a balance sheet, crediting ourselves with things well done, chalking up debits where due. So we're actually supposed to look at the end of the day. And I know sometimes people say, that's my step 11, that's my nightly review. I don't know. The AA 12 and 12 says it's my step 10. I don't really care. To me, what you call it, step 10, step 11, what I care about is, do you do it? Are you going to do it? Right? Do it. Right? Do it. To me, it's sort of like, if you want to get your heart rate up, you want to do Zumba, you want to call it Zumba, or do you want to call it like, I don't know, dancer size? I don't care what you call it, right? You want to get your heart rate up, you're going to do it, whatever that means. So same thing here. Doesn't matter if it's a step 10 or a step 11. You do it at night, right? You've got to do it at night. That's the nightly inventory. And three, then there are those occasions when alone or in the company of a sponsor or a spiritual advisor, we make a careful review of our progress since the last time. So sometimes you hear people say that they're going to go through the steps again, or they're going to do a little more inventory work on a particular issue. They kind of dig in deep and they sort of fine tune, right? And then four, retreats for a day or so of undisturbed self overhaul and meditation. So, spiritual retreats is considered another type of a step 10, a spiritual overhaul. Remember, what are we looking for? To stay in fit spiritual condition. And these are four different ways to stay in fit spiritual condition. And all of these are different ways to practice step 10. And once this healthy practice has become grooved, it will be so interesting and profitable that the time it takes won't be missed. That's what it says. We're told it must be daily. Page 90 says our inventories become a regular part of everyday living rather than something unusual or set apart. So we just do it all the time. It's part of who we are. Spot check inventory. For us, that's in the middle of the day, that 10 step. And why is it necessary? Well, it says here it is a spiritual axiom that every time we are disturbed, no matter what the cause, there is something wrong with us. I got to address when there's something wrong with me. I don't want to let something be wrong with me for any length of time. I want to address it as soon as I possibly can. But here it says, but what if someone did something really awful? Like, what if someone does something really awful? Well, page 90 answers this. Aren't we entitled to be mad? Can't we be properly angry with self righteous folk? For us of AA, these are dangerous exceptions. We have found that justified anger ought to be left to those better qualified to handle it. And then a little further down the page, it says anger, that occasional luxury of more balanced people, could keep us on an emotional jag indefinitely. These are emotional dry benders, often led straight to the bottle. So, when I discovered in step one that I'm a distinct entity, that I'm different from other people, I think one of my big ahas was I not only have a problem metabolizing certain foods and ingredients, I have a problem metabolizing normal anger. It's not for me. It is not for me because I don't react sanely when I'm rightfully angry, like some normal self righteous folk. I got people I work with, they can get all riled up about situations in the building. Someone came in my room saying, they're like, your room is cold. Yes, I have already brought it forward to I've already let administration know. I cannot be fighting that every single day when I can put a sweater on. Like that's just the truth. I can wear a sweater. That for me, I can't fight the good fight. For me, the good fight will kill me. I mean, I just can't do it. I can't afford it. And it's the dubious luxury of normal men, and I'm not normal, right? It will kill me. So page 91 says the quick inventory is aimed at our daily ups and downs, especially those where people or new events throw us off balance and tempt us to make mistakes. So it's like I get tempted to make mistakes when I'm thrown off balance. It's like, then I'm going to make a mistake. So what do I do when I want to get back into balance, to get back in balance? One, self-restraint. Two, honest analysis of what's involved. Three, a willingness to admit when the fault is ours. Four, an equal willingness to forgive others. And five, see your progress and don't get discouraged. So self-restraint. Our first objective will be the development of self-restraint. This carries a top priority. Nothing pays off like restraint of tongue and pen, or for me, text. I find I'm learning more and more that I'll send a text and then erase it. I don't even send it. I start making it and then I erase it. And I hope over time, I won't even make the text at all, right? Hopefully. Um, so Nothing pays. We must avoid quick tempered criticism and furious, power driven argument. The same goes for sulking or silent scorn. Man, have I been a sulker. That has been like, and sulking and silent scorn is manipulation. When your face shows that you're really unhappy, like, that's it. And actually, the person that I made the amends to, we wound up laughing together today, both referencing what we had heard in the workshop, which was, I'm not upset. I'm okay. And the person said that their son said, well, you should tell your face that. And I thought, that's my new restraint because it wasn't as much my tone. I made a face at this woman. I went, "Ugh." And yeah, so it's like that makes me laugh now, right? It's like one thing, no, I'm fine. Okay, I have to tell my face that. I have to practice that. That's restraint. That's restraint. And it says these are emotional booby traps baited with pride and vengefulness. Our first job is to sidestep the traps. When we're tempted by the bait, we should train ourselves to step back and think. We can neither think nor act to good purpose until the habit of self restraint has become automatic. It's not automatic for me, right? That's why I'm practicing it. That's why we have to practice it. Thank God for the ability to make an amend, right? Means that I'm practicing it until it becomes automatic. And to me, it sounds like I'm using willpower, right? If I am like saying to myself, all right, don't make that snarky face, don't roll your eyes, don't roll your eyes, I'm using willpower. I'm working, right? I'm using all the power I have. And it's like I can't do that where the food is concerned, but this is different. I actually am able to employ willpower here. It's not easy, but it's certainly worth the effort. And in some ways, I would say it was actually easier to let go of the food than it is to let go of a pouty expression. That's hard work, right? And there's another area that we have to be on guard. It says here, page 92, big shotism. And I read that, I'm like, oh boy. So, as an insurance agent against big shotism, we can often check ourselves by remembering that we are today sober only by the grace of God, and that any success we may be having is far more His success than ours, right? So, one of the things that will help me practice self restraint is remembering that I would have nothing without God's grace, right? I give God all the credit. So we make sure to give God all the credit. We make God the star of our stories. That will help us against big shotism, against me having to have my way. You know, page 92 talks about the new attitude that we begin to develop and cultivate through continued inventories. And, the new attitude is that we get true tolerance and we see that real love for our fellows actually means that we're going to become more and more evident as we go forward that it's pointless to become angry or get hurt by people who, like us, are just suffering from the pains of growing up. So I think, like, you know, it's here that I begin to cut people some slack, that we see our imperfections and we attain more empathy towards others and their imperfections too. Someone said we're all just a bunch of children fumbling around in our attempts to grow up, right? Just a bunch of little kids trying to be grown-ups. And my ultimate goal is to love all people. And how I've achieved this, have I achieved it yet? Nope, not yet, not yet. I haven't achieved it yet, but I'm chasing it. Remember, that's my SOP, love and tolerance. That's my mission statement. you know. So I want to make sure that I leave time, and I know there's so much here, but the one thing that I want to talk about quickly is that when we do an inventory, it did mention about talking about our assets as well as our deficits. And I do think that it is important to build upon the things, to note the things that are going well. And here I'm going to tell you, right? One is I make amends a lot quicker than I did in the past. And I look to tell less people about what happened, what another person did to me, and I sooner share more what I did, what was my participation in this. And so, like, I would say, on my night review tonight, I am going to give myself, right, credit. I did make those amends, and they weren't painful. They actually, and actually good came out of it, right? Like, good came out of it. One was my husband called his doctor today, and not because I rode his butt, right? And this other person I had a beautiful conversation with and found out we shared something really special. Um, so I'm going to give myself credit for it. And I think, when we do an inventory, the idea is to not tear ourselves down. It's not to take a red pen and mark our day all over as though failure, failure, failure. But it's to note our areas where we can grow, where we can improve, and reflect on the areas where we are making progress. After all, you know, we're children of God. We're not supposed to be God. We're supposed to be his children, right? And we don't have to hide from our mistakes. Um, we're supposed to note things well done, and having searched our hearts with neither fear nor favor, we can truly thank God for the blessings we have received and then sleep in good conscience. And with that, I'll pass. Thanks.